Hi. So this is my 60th day of my gluten and sugar-free weight loss journey. And I have debated to stop calling it a weight loss journey exclusively because it's really my effort to take back my health in every way. And the weight loss is slow, as usual. It's very stubborn. And in fact, I've been experiencing a stall in my weight loss efforts, a plateau, but I'm not gaining any of it back. So that's good news. It's my body just needs to rest. And I think it puts too much pressure on me to lose weight like every week or I feel like I'm a failure. And I don't want to be in that mindset because I think stress can stall your weight loss as well. I really do. So I'm going to kind of rethink it that this is a journey to take back my health because even though I'm at a plateau, I had a doctor's appointment today and I got some wonderful news. I mean, I already reversed my prediabetes. So I knew that. He was very happy to see that. The doctor that confirmed it was my endocrinologist. This is my primary physician that he says he's the quarterback over everything. And when he saw my numbers, he was really happy. He said he's very, very proud of me because he was really concerned for a while. I mean, I had high cholesterol, 289. That's pretty high. And my bad cholesterol was 200 by itself. It's supposed to be under 100. So my bad cholesterol, which was, I think, the LDL, I'm not really sure, was 200, double what it should be. It's really bad. And my blood pressure was really high. It was 150 over 100 with 4 different medications every day because it was my lifestyle, 100 pounds overweight, high stress. I take care of my elderly mom and my autistic daughter, and high salt, junk food diet, pretty much. And, that's pretty bad. Blood pressure of 150 over 100 with 4 pills a day, that's pretty severe. So that really alarmed him. So he really encouraged me to do something, go to the gym, keep working on losing weight. And as I've shared in other videos, just going to the gym brought my blood pressure down, even with no weight loss. I went to the gym for a year and didn't lose any weight. And my doctors think that was my thyroid because I have low thyroid and I'm being treated for that now. So once I can really get some good gym days going, they're confident that my weight loss will not be so stubborn. So that goes to show that fat shaming really isn't appropriate in our society because there's a number of reasons why people are overweight. I can't think of anyone that really wants to be overweight. I know there are some fat is beautiful people in the world, but I think they're more, I don't know how to put it, learning to love themselves in their state that they're in. And I'm all for that. I am not into the fat shaming and the self loathing. I'm not into that. So great that they love themselves at any size. I wish that I could be like that. I really do. But it's a health issue. And I do take exception with people that say that they can be healthy and be extremely overweight. That's just not true. It sets you up for diabetes, high blood pressure, joint problems. I mean, let's say that you inherited like amazing genes and you don't have any problems with blood pressure or blood sugar or cholesterol being overweight, but your joints are still going to take a beating. Because for every pound, I forgot how many more pounds of pressure you have on your knees. That's everybody. You're going to have some bad effect from it. And yeah, there are people that have knee replacement that aren't overweight. That's true. But we're talking about increasing your risk for a lot of things. So it's important to take care of your health. It really is. And that's why I was able to go to the gym for a year and not lose any weight and keep going, because my blood pressure came down even without any weight loss. My cholesterol didn't come down at first, but then with some medication, very mild medication, Zetia, because I'm allergic to the statins. I can't take Lipitor. That came down tremendously. My doctors, all of them were shocked at how much it came down with just 10 milligrams of Zetia, because they were afraid to give me a high dose because, I'm so sensitive to the statins. I will say very briefly what happened to me. When I tried the Lipitor, what they say in the commercials about if you have muscle weakness to call your doctor, muscle weakness is an understatement. I had trouble holding up my head and breathing. That is the effect that Lipitor had on me. It felt like it turned my muscles to jelly. I had trouble breathing and I couldn't really hold my head up very well. So my mom had to take me to the ER. She could drive back then. That wasn't fun. That was not nice. So my doctor, I just started the Lipitor, so they figured that's what it was. And so they said, you cannot take statins ever again because it has a very detrimental effect on you. So I went with cholesterol of 289 for quite some time. And then my doctor said, you know what, some people that are allergic to the statins can tolerate the Zetia. And let's try it because your cholesterol is really high and that's really dangerous. I don't think it's going to do that much, but any little bit would help when your cholesterol is this high. I brought it down to 205. That's really excellent. Again, without any weight loss. So today I am very happy to report my blood pressure was 116/72. I mean, that is a huge amount to lower it from 150/100. My medication hasn't changed. In fact, he said I could start cutting one of them in half. I mean, that's amazing. I'm so happy. I don't like the blood pressure medicine. I know it's necessary. I encourage all of you to take all prescription drugs exactly as prescribed. Now, there are some drugs that I've been hesitating to take, but I discuss it with my doctor. I give him my reasons, and sometimes they're approved and most of the times not. But after an honest and open discussion with them about what my fears are, my concerns, research I've done, if they say, you know what, you got to try it because you need it, I try it. And I would encourage all of you to do the same. If your doctor thinks you need something, you really need to take it. And if this helps, I had a doctor once tell me, the problem that a lot of people have with medication is that they're comparing how they felt before they got sick. And of course, being sick or having a chronic condition and taking medication is not going to feel as good as when you were vibrantly healthy. So you have to take the side effects of the medication and compare it to staying sick and not getting treatment. What would be better? And when you think of it that way, that's really helpful. Like my blood pressure medicine, I didn't want to take it at first. He said, okay, well, yeah, it makes you tired. And yes, it, drains you and it has a lot of bad side effects. What are the side effects of not treating your 200/120 blood pressure? A stroke, a heart attack, permanent debilitation. That is the side effects of untreated high blood pressure. And when you put it that way, it's like a no-brainer to take the medicine. So I encourage all of you to take your medicine exactly as prescribed. And so that's why when I talked to him today, I'm like, wow, 116/72. And I haven't been going to the gym because I've had all this surgery. That's pretty good. My medicine's working quite well. So maybe I can cut down a little bit. And we had a discussion about it. I didn't just go home and say, wow, my blood pressure is kind of low. I don't think I need to take my medicine anymore. No, don't do that ever. So he told me which one I could cut down, and he told me to start taking half and keep a careful log of my blood pressure that I have to take to him in a month, and he's going to decide if I could stay at that dose or I need to go back to the full dose, or if maybe I can try cutting it out altogether. But it's a conversation we're going to have. And I don't mean this to be a lecture, but I think that once you get in that situation of being overweight, you really have to take care of your health a lot more because you already have some pretty big health risks. So I encourage all of you to get medical care and take your medication. And I have a bit of anxiety, and going to the doctor after not going for a long time when I first started to get high blood pressure was really difficult. I saw a Dr. Phil show where his wife very kindly went with a woman that had written to Dr. Phil about her doctor anxiety. She offered to go with her to an appointment. I thought that was so great. That's so compassionate because it's hard. I know it was hard for me to go from being young and healthy to when I started to get sick with the blood pressure. It was hard for me to go. And watching that show kind of gave me the courage to go. And I actually had a friend go with me because I was just so anxiety ridden. I don't know why. I guess I was afraid I was going to hear bad news, which is dumb because if the news is bad, better to hear about it and get treatment than just be in the dark until, you have a heart attack or something. So, if any of you are not getting medical care, I really encourage you to go ask a friend or someone. Maybe just be honest and open about your anxiety. I wish that I could have been more open about it in the past and gotten some help and support. I really do. I don't know why it's so shameful to people to have anxiety and depression and deal with it alone and not be able to ask for help. If a friend said to me, I'm really anxious, can you come to a doctor's appointment with me? I would be happy to go. In fact, when I hear someone tell me I've got this big appointment coming up, I have this lump, I offer to go with them because I know what it's like. I've been there. But anyway, so let's talk about what I ate today, which is not good. I always say that a lot, but you have to remember all that's going on. My sink, I did change the faucet, I did do the caulking, but I'm getting caught up in dishes because I did not have a faucet for 4 days. That's a long time. That's a lot of dishes that have piled up. And my mom's faucet, which I also had to fix. So I had a day, and with my doctor's appointment and rushing around, I did not have that good of a day of eating. So what I started out with, I started out pretty good. I took one of those bags of almonds and I divided it in half because I wasn't that hungry. I had half for breakfast, and my intention was then to have my main meal of the day for lunch and then eat the other half for dinner because I don't know, I just wasn't that hungry. So this is what I had for dinner, which is like so super yummy. I went to my favorite Mexican restaurant, local. There's one in Cleveland, I like Cleveland area. But this is fish tacos, and they're the only place that make fish tacos right outside of Mexico. The fish is not breaded. It has cabbage, lettuce, fresh avocado slices, and that's some pretty hot sauce, and on corn tortillas. I don't know why so many restaurants here use flour tortillas. It's gross. Okay, I know in northern Mexico they eat flour tortillas, but they're still gross. I call them I call them glue cakes because, my mom used to teach me how to make piñatas when I was a kid, and we made the glue with flour and water and just cooked it and turned into piñata glue. So even if I didn't have the gluten allergy, I would still think of them that way. So I call flour tortillas glue cakes. They're gross. They don't even have any flavor. But I love the corn tortillas, the traditional tortillas of most of Mexico. And the fish tacos are so good. If you ever get fish tacos anywhere and they're breaded, the fish is it's not authentic and it's not good because it's adding calories. So that was, and I did have some chips and salsa. I had quite a lot, but I was kind of hungry. The half a bag of almonds probably wasn't the best breakfast because I was hungry. So I had some chips and salsa. Not, I'd say I had like 10 or 15. So that's a lot. While I was waiting for the fish tacos. And then for dinner later that day, I had a cutie, those little clementines. They're so good. They're so sweet. And I'm trying to get it to focus. The clementines, the picture is in focus. I don't know why the camera can't focus on it sometimes. Anyway, they're so sweet and delicious. They're like perfectly ripe and they're easy to peel and they're really good. They're delicious. I had that with the other half of the almonds from morning. So that's what I ate, and I got the good news from the doctor, so I'm pretty happy. I mean, I try not to eat out, but when I'm close to home, it's a little easier because I know where to go to get good food, inexpensive. That is safe to eat. That's not going to have sugar or gluten. And I like to, I mean, this is a Frugalicious Living channel. Usually I'm pretty frugal and I don't really go out to eat. But, I kind of have to with the faucet situation and the dishes situation. And it's just a bit much. There's so many dishes that I'm catching. And my daughter's helping me, but she has to help with other stuff too. She helps a lot with taking care of my mom. So I'm catching up and it's hard, but I'm getting it done. So, okay, that's all for today. Um, wasn't so bad. I did have the fish tacos with some rice and beans, which I didn't get in the picture, but it's healthy. I tried to get something that would have the least calories. It's really good. It's actually my favorite, even if I didn't care about cheese. But I'm trying to stay away from a lot of the heavy sauces and a lot of the cheese covered dishes, and you just have to make those little changes along the way. My favorite dish here used to be the three enchiladas. One was filled with beans, the other one was filled with hamburger, and the other one was filled with cheese. And then it had cheese on top, and then this like heavy oily sauce on top. And then the refried beans had cheese on it too, so it was pretty heavy. So this was a lot better because it had the corn tortillas and they weren't fried and they weren't dipped in oil, and the fresh raw cabbage, fresh raw lettuce, and then the unbreaded fish fillet, and the fresh guacamole. Or no, it was not guacamole, it was the fresh avocado slices and the hot sauce. So it was actually pretty good. So I hope your day went well, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.